I don't know what else to say about it. Then we're just covering something different right now. I don't even know where the like he's debating the Sigma Grindset guy, right?
Sales for his clients. He made a bunch of money on the internet, boring. And then I go to this, and you guys talk about this for 5 minutes.
I'm here to talk about interesting stuff. I'm not here to have.
You're here to talk shit. You're here to talk shit.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I'm here. I want to. I think what's important, what's interesting, is that we talk about the places where we conflict. I think it's great that you're an immigrant and you came to America and succeeded. It's like, okay, great. What do you want me to do? Suck your dick?
Ethan, no. Is it not more interesting that my parents came here to escape communism? They could barely speak the language, and I lifted my family out of poverty and turned us into multimillionaires. Is that not more interesting than me saying men want one thing? And
yes, but it's uncontroversial. Why would I want to discuss that? Tell me, what is a pleasant wife with no attitude?
Sebastian, can I ask
you know what an interesting conversation is? Do you think an interesting conversation entails someone just sucking your dick and doing a puff piece? I think that is what you think it is based on your podcast.
No, not at all. Not at all. I've done interesting stuff, and we could have interesting conversations.
Tell me, you wrote it. What is a pleasant wife with no attitude?
I'm just saying, Ethan, that there is a lot of interesting conversations that don't have to be controversial. But you don't know that because your entire brand is based on controversy.
No. I'm having an interesting conversation.
What's his job?
Based on our differences of opinion.
Right? What's his job?
So do you have a difference in opinion? You don't want a pleasant wife?
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want a wife? Do you want a wife with attitude?
Ethan? What does attitude mean?
A wife that nags, a wife that talks back to you, a wife that...
Bro, what does he know about wives, bro? You're like literally a baby. What the fuck's he talking about? Oh, do you want a wife that talks back? Like, what are you talking about? What is happening? This is derailed.
Inherent quality of,
this is off the rails.
Because you act like it's kind of... Right. Because you act like there would never be a reason for a woman to bother you about anything. Like your significant other would never have a legitimate reason to, quote, nag you.
I would never want my wife to call me weird names or like make remarks towards me. Yeah, like I would never want her to say that I'm stupid or I don't look good or
what? That's like abusive.
If I ask her to do something,
that's not what
I wouldn't want her to have an attitude with me and I would want her to act and speak to me as if we were on the same team, the same way that I would do that for her.
Yeah, but that's obvious. You're saying I don't want her to call me ugly. I mean, that's just mean. That's just like a toxic.
He said his parents escaped communism in Romania to come to the United States of America in, I don't know what year, I think, when was it? 1988? Is that what you said?
Because that's warranted, because it's a little bit contentious, our conversation. So sometimes an attitude is justified, right?
I don't know. It depends on the scenario.
Okay. So it depends on the scenario. So is there ever a scenario that you would have with your significant other that would warrant
Ethan is wearing him down
with you?
I mean, yeah, I imagine if I like did something really stupid, like if I don't know, I would never do this because I'm not a cheater, but I could imagine if I cheated, she'd have an attitude, which is
I think that's putting it mildly, yeah,
but
an attitude.
I would never do that because that is not the person that I am. But yeah, I just want a pleasant wife with no attitude. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I would say that most women would want a pleasant husband that has ambition and has goals, and I think that's fine.
Well, yeah, and I want that in my woman too. I want a smart woman who has ambitions and goals too. But we're all different.
So you agree with me? You agree with me on one thing?
Well, no, I think that people want partners that they respect.
So you agree with me, but you just don't like my verbiage.
No, I think your verbiage of no attitude implies that women are docile creatures there to be subservient and just obey and to, they're just there to make your home, right?
Well, that's just an assumption. But
it's in the language.
I mean, I love women. Women are
I didn't say you don't love women, bro.
Planet. I know.
But they have a role to play. They have a role, right?
No, they're the most. Yeah, well, women and men have a role to play.
Okay, this is actually good content. Fuck.
Right, but they have a specific.
I can't look away.
What is the woman's role?
It's not subservient. They don't have to be subservient to the man, but they
have they figured out how he makes his money or whether he has a real podcast or not?
Anything. What is the woman's role?
To be. What do you mean? The woman's role in a household? Can you
in a relationship, in a household? Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
I find it interesting that you're being so thoughtful about it now, because I've seen millions of videos of you spitting this shit off. Like, this is what a woman needs to do. They need to be at home. They need to support the man.
I'm always thoughtful. No. I'm always thoughtful. And those
but
videos
it seems
that
like
see,
something
I'm
you
probably
would
doing
know.
the same thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Those
What's the
videos
woman's
are
role?
highly edited. Those videos are highly edited.
But you're putting them on your
like
TikTok, bro. It's your fucking
I'm
voice.
not
It's your team. You pay people to put it on the internet to make you look cool.
I gotta pee. I'll be back in a second. Fuck.
That's why it's there.
Let me answer your question.
Please.
And let me just think about it so I give you a good answer.
You said women prefer to submit. Why is that funny?
Yeah, I think that's true.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
I think a girl's job is to display a lot of love and a lot of. Hold on, let me get in focus.
Yes, focus.
I think a girl's job is to be the affectionate one, to be extremely affectionate, and to be very loving.
You sound
and
insecure.
Very patient and very understanding for their children and their husbands, and to make the children feel loved and heard. I think that's a woman's job. I think it's her job to. Women have this kind of love for their children that nobody else in the world will understand.
I love my
Men
kids.
will never understand.
No,
it.
See, that's a little crazy to me.
I'm sure you do, but I think that
you think my wife loves my kids more than me, or differently.
No, I never said that. No, I said that they're different. I think a father and a mother will love their children differently, not more than the other, but just in different ways.
What?
I disagree.
Father
with that.
loves.
That's crazy.
What?
Okay, that's fine. And a father is going to want to protect his kids, and he's going to want to provide an environment where his family can feel safe. And he's also going to want to pass
being
down
muscular.
lessons,
like that's not really an active role in their
pass
life.
down lessons,
Pass down lessons.
wisdom.
Okay.
Wisdom to his
mother
his
can't do
children.
that.
It's a fucking like
the
medieval
mother
times.
No, this is just nature.
We're
this is just what
we're passing
how it's
down wisdom. Like, what are we doing? Sitting around a campfire singing songs and shit. I feel like
everyone knows women are incapable of passing down wisdom.
40 years old.
I'm 37.
40 years old.
Yeah.
These things that you're saying, like, you're just snapping back at me. Nothing you're saying, it's not like you're not disproving me in any way. You're just saying whatever comes to your mind.
He's saying, bye-bye, I win.
Opinions.
You're being very, but we're not even having a conversation. I'm just talking and you're just like spitballing off everything that I say. Well, like trying to correct me like a little kid. It's just very childish.
Well, you're going off into places I know I'm not going to, there are not a good topic. Because you're going to go on and explain things that are pretty obvious and uncontroversial. Like, you go, I just want women to be like nice to me. I mean, you said women prefer.
That's literally what I said.
Yeah.
I want women to be pleasant.
Women prefer.
And I want women to. You took that however you took it. I said I want women to be pleasant with no attitude. That means if I don't want you to do something because it makes me feel whatever uncomfortable, then please don't like make it a huge deal. I think
you're okay. What? So you think women prefer to submit? This is something you've said.
Okay, so we're gonna ignore everything.
Well, what do you want? Do you want to go have a specific conversation?
I want you to stop acting like a child. I want you to let me speak, and then we can discuss.
Women prefer to submit. Is that correct?
I think women are happier when they feel like their husbands can properly lead them, or their mans. I think women are happier when they know that the person that they're with is going to make the right decision and they don't have to worry about it. And I would say that's a form of submission in a way, yes.
What is your data on that?
I would agree. Just what I've seen in myself.
In your long 24 years.
Yes.
How many long-term relationships have you been in?
I've been in a few long-term relationships.
A few?
I'm not going to tell you the number.
Because you've only been legally allowed to even have sex for 6 years, so.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
In my culture, we don't necessarily have sex. I don't know. I'm Christian and Romanian, so we don't just date. Is he
a virgin?
Okay. So in your experience, women like to be.
What do you mean in my culture, dog? You're like an American through and through. Wait, what?
Women would agree with that.
Do you talk to a lot of women?
When I'm single, yes, but most women would agree with that. And they do. They want a man that's like, hey, if my guy is if he always makes the right decision, I'd prefer to just let him do his thing.
Well, I don't want to seem presumptuous, but
I'm sure your wife is like that too, Ethan. I'm sure. I don't know. What's your wife's name? Could you tell me?
Hila.
Hila?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure she's like that too, and that's a.
Are you virgin shaming? Just surprised. I want to say yes, but people get so mad. Like the virgins have nothing else going on, so they get so fucking mad every time I say yes.
I also
and then they take it seriously
when my partner doesn't say I'm ugly. I also like it when my partner is nice to kids and animals. I like that. I like a partner who likes my strength. I think.
What's your name?
I'm Olivia.
Can you tell me your name? So, Olivia, my question was, do you like it when your man, say you have, I don't know if you have a boyfriend or husband or whatever, but theoretically, when your man, if he were to always make the right decision and you felt inside of you that you could trust him and you didn't have to worry, would you prefer that?
No, virgins can talk about relationships. It's just that, like, I'm surprised because he presents himself as like this macho masculine alpha dog who's so knowledgeable about the world, even though he's a 22-year-old who's only done a bunch of drop shipping and fake podcasts and grossly inflates his fucking wealth in a way to flex, while simultaneously knowing nothing about a, fundamentally important component of interpersonal relationships.
Asking, you're like, you women want a man that could depend on. It's not as important for men though, because it's not really a feminine trait for a woman to be dependable.
No, women have to be dependable, but
okay. So what's the difference?
Probably they're just dependable in different ways.
Your opinion,
I would imagine.
Your opinion. That's how they
I,
think.
for one, don't think that the whole submitting thing is right.
It's not American.
I prefer
'cause
partnership.
It's European, Asian. It's more his.
That's
What's
Lena,
this
by
guy?
the way. She's a woman.
What's this guy saying?
Okay, so you guys, you ladies prefer partnership. That's fine. Then just imagine a scenario where you're with a husband, and for every single decision that he has to make, he's going to come and consult you for every single thing. He's like, "Hey, babe, what do you think about this?" Like he has no sense of leadership or direction.
If it concerns both of us,
You really
or
want
not.
that?
If it's something that's just in his life, he can handle himself. But if it concerns me, I'd like to know about it. I'd like to get my input on it.
I think it's actually fascinating that you bring that up. Like, why would you want your man to consult you? Because he thinks you're an equal and values your opinion on
Yeah,
things.
that's crazy that's like out of the question.
Are you
That's
saying,
so weird.
I don't want to ask my wife what gum I should chew right now? Or like, what are you talking about?
But having said that, it is a matter that's very consistent with the way these people view the world, where they don't think women are equal partners in a relationship because they don't think women are equal in general. It's just a reinforcement of misogyny with a different banner.
To wait until we do this, I will tell her, I'll explain it to her, and she'll give me suggestions. Sometimes she'll trust me sometimes and not give me suggestions. I'll be open with her. And if she does give me a suggestion, I'm not just going to toss it in the trash. No, I'm going to listen to her and honor her. I don't think that we are really disagreeing on much here. I think that we're literally just splitting hairs.
Right, but okay, so then what's interesting is that you are appealing.
By the way, I'm gay. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
This is, if you go to your TikTok, if you go to your YouTube,
Funny
this
name.
is your identity. You're getting these men and you're telling them that this is the alpha way of life. And when you say that we're not that different, I do agree, and we kind of both understand, which is the obvious what makes a good relationship and stuff, but the way you paint it online is you say women are submissive. And then what you just said is like, when you have to make a financial decision, it's your decision, right? But you'll ask, but you'll take, but she's in no position to make that decision, right? That's ultimately your decision. That's you.
I don't think that we're that similar. I think that we're just agreeing about this specific thing. Just to correct you there. And then I don't know what you asked me.
Well, you're presenting your opinion in a way that I think is harmful to men specifically, actually, because women know better, right? And I think some women have a traditional.
Well, Ethan. Yeah. Ethan, let me just say something. Most of your content, most of your audience used to be men, and now it's not. Now a majority of your audience is women, and my audience looks up to me. They're inspired by me, and I've had conversations with plenty of men, older, younger, same age, that have said that I've changed their life for the better. They feel happier. They feel better about themselves, and they're in a much better position in life right now because I've inspired them.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If your life has been changed by watching this dude, your life is fucking not changed.
Your audience list used to literally be mostly men.
Okay.
And over time, men have stopped watching you because they don't look up to you in any way. You're not a role model to these men. They don't want to consume your content. Your content is very hateful. It's uninspiring.
Okay.
My content is very inspiring. So hold on. I'm almost done. You can respond.
Go ahead.
I've been in, to give you an example, I've been in a car with someone before that he stopped me, and he works for me now, but he said, Sebastian, my father was never around. I don't have any older brothers. I don't have anyone to look up to.
Dude, you're 22. What is he saying?
I've ever looked up to. And you have made me such a better person. I've gotten in the gym. I've taken care of myself. I've started a business, and now I'm making good money. And this kid who was 18 was crying in front of me when I met him for the first time.
How many
because
people?
I was that much of a role model.
I've had people cry when they meet me. Probably more than you.
No. Okay. This is dumb. This conversation is devolving into nothing. He's literally just saying, "I'm super sick and you're dumb." Like that's all he's saying.
People shed tears for me, bro. They're a mess.
I don't think that you would even disagree with me when I say that I'm a much better role model at 24 for men than you are at 37.
Okay, good. I'll come back. By the way, my audience is like 50-50 male and female. But you're right. It used to be majority men. But let me go back to what you said. You said because a lot of men look up to you, you're more qualified to talk about what's good for men.
I didn't say that.
Oh, so what was your point?
I didn't say that. I said I'm a better role model for men, and I don't think you're a role model for men at all.
Right. Because I have a more women audience.
No,
but that's what you
men
said.
Don't look up because you used to have a more male audience, and now you don't. And that's because men have no reason.
His audience has grown since then, though. So if anything, he retained a big chunk of the men that used to watch him. Okay, and then on top of that, more women watch him now.
I'm not Hitler.
No,
of
course,
crazy.
it's an extreme example, but just because you have people that look,
that doesn't mean he lost the male viewership.
I mean, yeah, that was just a very poor example.
But again, this guy is too young, too stupid to understand this thing that he's stating, which is that like Ethan's audience has grown to include more women, right? It's still like he's literally just hyper focusing on anecdotes. He's like, oh, well, in my circle, they don't like you anymore, so men don't fuck with you.
And there's plenty of ways you can do that, leveraging the internet. Okay, you've seen it because you've done it yourself, so you know that I'm right. And there's plenty of ways to do it as well. And I encourage men to do that instead of the alternative, which is going and getting a job that they might regret later in life. And they do that. Okay. I also encourage men to not be a degenerate, not sleep around with a bunch of girls, and to get one girl, to be loyal to that girl, and to build a family with her. That's what I encourage men to do. Okay. So those three things are very, very important for me, among others as well. But those are, I would say, like the most important.
All right. I'm texting Ethan, but don't annoy them. Don't annoy H3H3.
Because you don't do that. You don't promote exercise. You spread a bunch of hate. You don't love anyone. Your whole entire worldview is negative. You're like you don't spread love. Like
wait, what do you mean? I don't love anyone.
I meant to say that you don't spread love.
Oh, leave
like
me.
your
I'm
entire
about the pinks.
worldview is extremely negative.
Okay. Do you think that?
Do you disagree? Like, do you?
No, I do.
Really,
I do.
like,
I do.
I'm
I think you can observe that I criticize a lot of people, right? But the people I criticize, I think, are very worthy of being criticized. For example, Andrew Tate, I think, is just doing untold damage to a whole generation of men. But do you think that there's other ways to inspire people other than going to the gym and doing drop shipping and shit like that?
How do you think that you inspire people, Ethan? Do you believe you inspire people?
I wouldn't presume to do that much, you know what I mean? But I do think probably there's people. I wouldn't presume to even make that assumption, though. You know.
Ethan, the thing is you.
It's a little bit of hubris, isn't it? It's a little bit of hubris to look at yourself as a savior like that.
No, yes, it is. That's a good take. No, it's not. What do you mean? You're just you got, dude. This kid literally just has the TikTok fuckboy haircut, and that's it. And the algorithm gave him the 15 minutes of fame at a certain point, when he said something completely unhinged, and it inflated his sense of self-worth to an unimaginable level where he literally thinks he's like God's own fucking a gift to mankind. That's it.
That man, he would cry if he ever met me, boy. I'll tell you what, tears, kisses, and hugs, man. And I'll be like, I love you, dude.
There's an inspiration.
What? I'm not saying you're being ageist or whatever, but I think saying he's too young is kind of dumb. Weren't you trying to make a difference in the world at his age? By the way, I don't agree with this guy. I don't agree with your take either. Wait, what? No, I'm not being ageist at all in that regard. When you're 22 years old, like I was 22, okay? I was 22 9 years ago. And let me tell you something. I was a fucking dumbass, okay? So, yeah, I didn't know what I had a decent perspective on life, certainly, but I had a lot of growing to do, okay? I'm still a fucking dumbass. And you can tell that his brain is not fully developed yet because of the things he's stating. Like, you can tell. It's his arrogance. It's all, if anything, it's a cop-out from me to him. I'm giving him an exit ramp, saying, oh, he's just young. Do you understand? That's the main point here.
Your brand is dying.
Why would that get a lot of likes?
And it's going to continue dying because of the type of content that you push.
It's not really dying, though, is it?
There's a lot of yes, it is.
In what way is it dying?
Bro, why does this guy think he could tell Ethan about what to do with his fucking brand? It's like what the fuck do you know? You have a fake podcast. What are you talking about? Like, what's it to you, motherfucker?
No, and the overall reputation.
It's like if he came on my broadcast and told me how to run top of the hour ad breaks. You know what I mean? Which come at the top of every hour. Like, it's like if he told me how to do the best segues for top of the hour ad breaks. I'm like, no, dude, that's what I do, okay? You don't get to tell me how to do the top of the hour ad breaks. And then tell me that, like, oh, I'm forgetting to remind people that if they subscribe, they can avoid said top of the hour ad breaks for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime. Or by getting gifted a sub if they're lucky, you know what I mean? Here's a 3-minute ad break now.
Get a lot of presumptions about me.
No. I know. I've known who you are, but I've never watched or consumed your content.
Okay. Do you just know
I
that
don't
I'm
know
the
you
worst?
as a person.
I
don't know you as a person. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm quoting you.
Sebastian, can I pull up your analytics? Your shit's on the down curve, brother. Your career is going down to the fucking dumps, bro. I mean, that is a colossal dump, bro.
That's off the cliff.
And I mean, at least mine is like pretty flat. But that is treacherous, man. You were going down like the Titanic, brother. That is rough.
That's brutal.
Can you guys hold on? Yeah, so my analytics are down because I haven't posted content. I posted a video with my mom that I knew wouldn't do well, and I just posted a video yesterday. So yes, I know my analytics are down.
Damn, he got sad about that.
Because I've been getting a lot of heat on the internet, so I just wanted to take a step back. That's why they're down.
It's tough being out there as a creator, huh? I don't think you're gonna make it. You see, if you have thin skin like that. I mean, that's why it's going down.
I think I'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
I think I'll be fine. Yeah.
Ethan, if I can interject in his behalf, I think he's going to do better than all of us together.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy.
Not you and me, him.
Yeah.
Sebastian.
Yeah, but I
That's just my opinion.
Our podcast is continually in the
I don't know who that guy is. He's like one of the characters, right?
In the world. And our viewership is phenomenal. I don't know if what you know is normal viewerships for a podcast, but regularly getting 1 million views on a podcast, and we post 4 or 5 times a week. That's pretty impressive, don't you think?
It's true.
Like, clearly people like the show.
They wouldn't watch it if they
Sure, yeah. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
Checkmate
yeah,
atheist.
You got viewers.
Checkmate.
Okay, cool. Listen, I have other things I want to talk to you about. Here's one about what girls can't wear. So let's take a look at this.
So if you're dating a girl, is there things she can and cannot wear? Well, it depends. I mean, fashion is so broad. So I'll have to see. But if she's dressed provocatively and I'm not with her, there's absolutely...
Oh, he's got the Sigma song, though.
Whose attention are you trying to get if I'm not there? If I go out with her, that's another thing. You should only care about my attention. If you're my wife, there should be no other attention from a man that you should care about.
Dude, I feel such a Giga Chad, dude. Whenever I hear funk music, I'm like, dude, this guy's Sigma.
So your stance is you can look pretty when you're with me. But if you're not with me, you need to not look pretty.
No.
Okay.
Wrong. My stance is you shouldn't dress provocatively unless you're with me.
What's provocative?
Like showing a ton of cleavage or wearing as little clothing as possible.
Wearing as little clothing as possible. Okay, so it's cool when they're with you, but if they go out looking like that, it's not okay.
And I mean, no, I would say even when they're with me, I wouldn't want them to do that in public.
Okay. Okay.
What's the problem?
Well, it's a little insecure.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
is.
It's a preference.
Well, no,
Great
it's
take,
preference.
Ethan.
Well,
Great job.
Because you're kind of walking it back. So we can move on if you want. But in this video, you say, dress sexy when you're with me, but not when you're not with me.
Ethan fell off, by the way. 41,000 active concurrent live watchers, by the way. It is. Every one of these fucking PUA guys are insecure.
And look
and it should be
good
constantly
without showing,
brought
like,
up.
your tits and your butt and whatever. But
it's a preference.
Yeah, I would say
it's a preference based on your.
I don't like it.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It's not.
No, that's fair. If you have that understanding
Plus
with your partner,
36,000 here.
But this
it's not insecurity either. It's not insecurity. It's just I don't like that. I don't want.
It is. Like, let's follow the thread.
No, it's not.
Because you're basically.
No, it's not. Would you want your wife out there?
Okay,
Would you want your wife out there dressed like a hoe?
Like a hoe?
Well, the definition of a hoe, I guess, is I'm not quite sure what that means. But you're
just answer my question. Would you want her out there dressing or wearing as minimal clothing as possible out in a club?
Would I want my hold on.
Just say who cares? Who cares what my wife wears?
Okay, well let me show you this.
Like, it's a yes or no.
Okay, well hold on.
Yes or no.
Is my wife dressed like a hoe here? Because I just want to get she posted this to social media.
Would you go out to dinner with your wife dressed like that?
Of course she wouldn't go like that. I mean, what? But do you?
I don't know why she's posting. I mean, that's you and your wife, your relationship.
No, but I wouldn't
be okay with her posting
Say
on
what you
Instagram.
want. I'm trying to understand your point. Do you think
I wouldn't want my wife posting like that on social media? What do you mean? What?
Yeah, I wouldn't want her posting. I wouldn't want my girlfriend posting.
Look at his body language. He's like closing up, even thinking about possibly having a wife that could wear whatever the fuck she wants. The thought of it is terrifying.
Yeah, because it makes you feel insecure.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me feel insecure.
How does it make you feel?
Secure.
How does it make you feel?
I don't like the. Hold on. Let's.
How
the women is how that
dude, that's so fucked up,
like
dude.
how she's basically advertising and like saying like, look how nice my body looks for the entire world to see.
What? Yeah, no, that's great. What is the problem with that? How is that being cucked, dude? That's insane to me. That is so fucking stupid and so insecure. It pisses me off, honestly.
It's my wife. I don't want everyone to see her body.
It's not your fucking property, dog. That's a whole ass human being.
Okay, and so, well, to me, I don't want to control. Yeah. I want my wife, Hila, to be as powerful and confident.
It's called mutual respect and trust. That's what relationships are based on. Healthy relationships. That's the foundation. It's about trusting your partner and giving them the freedom to do whatever the fuck they want. That's crazy, dude.
I know that there's
understandably
no one else
you can have boundaries in this regard.
And
okay, but his boundaries are far too fucking strict and built on top of his anxieties that, like, if your significant other wants to show off their body, that means they want to fuck other men.
And so I just want you to dig a little deeper and explain why you don't like it. Because it's yours. Because she's yours. And nobody else can see her body. Nobody else can see her body but you.
Yes.
Even if she wants
100%.
to show it. Even if she wants to show it because she wants to feel sexy.
She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to.
I know, but you're a role model and you're putting this out on your TikTok. This is what you're putting out. I know you guys have a preference, but I'm talking about your influence on men. So, if she wants to go out and dress sexy and look good, you're against that.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm against her dressing provocatively. She can look nice.
Because for women, putting on makeup and dressing sexy and going out, it makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel confident. It's not necessarily about wanting to fuck other dudes.
It's what it is what makes them feel powerful about it is when they go out and they dress really nice. What gives them the power is the attention that they get. It doesn't have to be a guy walking up.
Typical.
To them. It could be a guy looking at them.
Okay.
Typical. Again, that's insecurity. No, that's insecurity.
Then they could dress up and look amazing and just. That's true. And they could stay
That's
in
insecurity.
home, or they could look in the mirror and without anyone around.
So they can dress hot but stay at home.
I don't think that if I have a girlfriend, she should have a desire to go out there and even seek the attention from other men, because the attention she gets from me is enough to fulfill her.
But don't we all crave
validation?
Don't we all crave validation in some way?
You should get enough validation from your wife, and your wife should get enough from you. She should be inspired by you, and maybe if you had a six-pack, she would be more inspired by you, and she wouldn't post thirst traps on Instagram. But you should be inspired by your significant other.
Okay, so me not having a six-pack is promoting my wife to seek male attention because I'm not hot enough, because my attention is not working.
Maybe if you took care of yourself, Ethan, and you were in better shape, maybe she wouldn't. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying maybe.
No, it's a good hypothesis. It's a good hypothesis. So if I was hotter,
maybe not.
If I was hotter, she wouldn't feel the need.
Not hotter. If you took care of yourself,
yeah.
You don't have to be hotter.
Okay, if I was skinny and I had a six-pack.
If she saw you and you're like, wow, he really cares and respects himself, and I like his attention, and I don't need to go out there and look for attention from guys in the comments or whatever.
See, don't you see you're insecure? Because I know
it's not insecurity.
Yes, it is. You are insecure, dude.
That's exactly what it is.
You are threatened by the other attention that people give to your significant other.
That's exactly
it. I'm not threatened by it at all. I know that there's not going to be other guys out there that can compete with me for my girl. My girl loves
I don't even need to compete.
I just don't
I'm not even thinking about competition.
I'm not threatened. I just don't like it. It doesn't threaten me. If she wanted, look, Ethan, if she wanted to post a picture and I said, look, I'm not comfortable, I don't like it, and she did it anyway, that's fine. She can do it anyway. And then I would just be like, hey, this breaks the boundary of the relationship. This breaks the sanctity of the intimate relationship I want to have with my wife.
Right.
I'm going to just split here. I'm going to go find a girl that respects me. It's not about insecurity. It's just, this is my preference. This is how I want to conduct my life.
You keep saying it's not about insecurity and then describes having an insecurity.
I like to take control of my life and live my life the way I think is best for me.
But you're putting out messages to male men as a role model, self-proclaimed role model. You refer to your girlfriend as she's yours. I mean, she's a human being, right, with her own desires. She's not an object.
Yes, absolutely. She is mine, and I'm hers. We are to die for each other.
Don't you feel a little slutty when you walk around with your big biceps out and shit?
I only put on this shirt so that I could show you guys that I work out.
That's a little fucking slutty, bro. Are you looking for validation from people in chat? Because you're cross.
I'm just trying to show you guys. I'm just trying to flex on you guys.
But why?
I'm trying to show you guys what's up.
No, but like you think that it's funny. You think you're being funny, but you actually just totally undermined everything you said. You're putting out your biceps. Why are you doing it? For validation.
I'm not doing it for validation.
You just said you wanted to show it off. You just said you wanted to show it off.
Ethan, it was a joke. Ethan, I just put on a shirt and I'm
okay, so it's a joke. But
I'm sorry that my biceps are big and you're looking.
We'll cover up. I'm sorry that my wife has big, beautiful titties.
I'm gonna go take a piss real quick. Can you guys give me like 2 minutes?
Please, please go ahead.
Bro, this is awesome.
I feel Dan more normal now. You better like me now, Dan. Where'd you find this guy?
On TikTok. He's just one of these characters, you know what I mean?
I think Ethan is validated. I think this kid is really changing Ethan's life though. Like he really is. He's right. I knew this was gonna be content 10 seconds after you clicked. Yeah. I wasn't gonna do this. I wasn't gonna stop my coverage to like take a look at this. But goddamn, brother, that is like it's hard to look away. It's a fucking actual train wreck.
That's slutty, brother. That's him. That's a bit of a thirst trap. I would even go as far as
It'd be sick if you could hop on the call. No, it's their content.
He has his
it depends.
On. He can hear me. I know you're listening.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is why I break a lot of these motherfuckers' brains, right? Because like 98% of his commentary against Ethan has literally revolved around how Ethan is fat. That's it. Fat man bad, fat man bad, fat man bad. And the reality is that like Ethan and I share a lot of the similar values, right? We have similar opinions on a lot of issues, but then I effectively counter that, like almost entirely, right? Almost entirely. And like the unfortunate reality is that like a lot of these people, a lot of these guys and their fan bases rely on looking at shapes and colors. You know what I mean?
Contentious, but I appreciate that we're having this conversation.
Like, Ethan is significantly prove you're not fat as well. You got to stop with this baiting me into thirst trap shit, okay?
Odds.
Okay.
Yeah. Argumentative. Hey, dude, look
so
at this.
So what thirst trap did I post?
Extremely cold in here, by the way,
this picture on Instagram?
Yes, dude. This is unacceptable. That's a thirst trap. That is like you're.
Well, yeah. that was before. That was before. So
23 weeks. How long you been with your girlfriend? Thought you.
And it was also, I mean, pretty inspiring, I would say, considering I was.
Women can't be inspiring
overweight.
with their bodies.
I mean, there's nothing inspiring by taking off your shirt and showing men your tits.
That's what you're doing. You literally just took your shirt off and showed your tits.
That's exactly what you're doing in that photo.
Yeah, but the difference is I trained extremely hard and I dieted properly to get those.
Well, what about the girls who train extremely hard and then post? Like Hila is training right now with a trainer.
Bro, that photo of Hila is exactly the same, if not more inspiring, because she's talking about like losing pregnancy fat, right?
See how silly you're being?
It inspires me, actually.
Don't you see how silly you're being? You go, oh, I didn't know that. But it's like, everybody who's posting pictures, like there's a lot of them just feel good. They want to show it off all their hard work.
There's different contexts, right? These things are a lot more nuanced. Like if you're just posting a slutty picture versus if you're like working out and you're showing your core or like your progress in the gym, like before and after, that's a different context.
Okay, so gym progress pics are good.
It's a different context.
So if a girl posts herself in like tight gym pants and like a bralette to show off progress, is that cool? Or is that slutty?
Look, I still wouldn't want my girlfriend to do that, just my personal preference.
Right.
But it's okay, I understand that if you want to show people your progress and you're proud of it, I'm all about that.
Yeah, but did you see it's a little silly? Because it kind of all qualifies is that when people want to show off and feel good.
No.
Because we're all working on it.
I just think it's context. Yeah, sure. I just think it's context.
Yeah, because this video you're putting out as the self-proclaimed role model says women should not ever do that because that means they don't respect their man. Like, this is you as a role model talking to men.
Things she can and cannot wear.
Because now you're adding nuance and context and stuff, and you're walking stuff back, and you seem more human, right? But like when I watch
this is how I am.
Hold on, though, because that's not what you're selling.
On TikTok,
that's not what you're selling.
Of course, I'm not selling anything.
Yes,
of course,
you are.
On TikTok,
you're selling
things are taken out
yourself
of context,
as a self-help
and I have no
person.
control. I have
Stop
no
it! It's your people.
No, I don't. I don't have a self-help
What happened to being an alpha male, bro? You don't have control of your own social media account and the people you pay.
I never said
who would want to
was.
be? You're incompetent.
Yeah, if only he had a real podcast and not a fake one, just for TikTok clips like this one, maybe he could provide adequate context.
Pay them.
Listen,
you said you pay them.
Listen, okay. Are you done?
I don't even know if he has a podcast or not, but at this point, I'm refusing to believe that he actually does have one.
Please, go ahead.
Okay. I never said I was an alpha male. I don't sell any self-help courses. I don't do any of that.
You're inspiring.
Okay. I'm just trying to inspire people. Sure. And I actually forgot what I was going to say, unfortunately.
808 Ways says, why do you guys keep labeling us as insecurity because he has preferences? In this case, why don't you guys allow your wife to get piped by other guys? I mean, some people do that and are confident, and then some people do that and are sneako, right? The entire difference is confidence and like what that boundary is. If you truly believe it and you want to work it, go off king. You know what I mean? The difference, however, in this circumstance, like I said, the main difference in this circumstance is confidence. Okay? As far as like comparing your wife fucking other people versus your wife literally posting fucking photos of herself looking good or looking hot, you know, that's a little wild. Because one is like in the realm of perfectly reasonable boundaries in a monogamous relationship. The other one changes the monogamous relationship, which is an acceptable mode, okay? Perfectly acceptable, perfectly normal for people to engage in, to a polyamorous relationship. Do you understand?
Selling this image.
Like the fact that you think that posting photos of yourself, allowing the idea that you're allowing your significant other to post photos of herself is akin to being in a polyamorous relationship is silly. That's how scared you are
bro? Why are you pretending like it's not
Okay.
the funnel?
That's not, because I'm not funneling people to buy my courses. Yes, there are things that when I speak in these podcasts, they are intended to be a little bit more polarizing. You probably do that too.
Whoa,
and that's how you get exposure.
Didn't you accuse me of being polarizing and that's why I was a bad dude?
So hold on.
You just said you post polarizing content.
No. I'm saying in those instances, okay, look. If I can't get
He's getting
my thoughts
bitched.
out, I'm gonna.
He's like, no, Ethan, polarizing to me, Ethan. That means I disagree with you, which means it's polarizing. My opinions I don't disagree with, which means they're not polarizing.
He answered it.
No, okay. So yes, in order to grow and a faster way to grow, you post content, and if it's controversial, then it goes viral. Sure. And the truth is that Sebastian, if you watch my longer form content and if you watch my podcast throughout, you will see, and now you see as well, interviewing me, that I have a more nuanced perspective on things. And a lot of the time, there's a gray area, there's context, and I can understand that. So that's just the truth. When people see me and they're like, who is this shithead? They come and watch me on YouTube and they're like, okay, or whatever. Or they interview me or they watch podcasts like, okay, he actually is not
people
a
think
shithead.
you're a shithead.
He actually knows a couple of stuff. I'm just using a word.
Do people think you're a shithead?
So yes, those videos
do people
go viral.
think you're a shithead?
Well, no, I don't know, Ethan. I wouldn't imagine they think I'm a shithead.
Because that's what you accuse me of, being a bad guy, and people don't like me, and that's people think you're a shithead.
Oh my God!
Because you're controversial.
So, yes, when we post these,
so what's the difference between what we
people
do?
actually see me for who I am. The difference is when you actually
Ethan
find
is
out
successful.
Who I am,
right.
I'm a decent person.
Unlike me.
And when people look at you, yes, unlike you, you're someone that spreads a ton of hate.
That's the difference.
Someone that is not an example to follow.
So the difference between us is that once you get to know...
No, the main difference is Ethan is successful and this dude is just LARPing.
I'm still a piece of shit.
Now that's funny.
But that's what you said.
That's hysterical. You're killing me.
Ethan, I don't think there's anything very inspiring about you.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I've heard that.
I'm sorry,
that before.
but I don't. And maybe I don't know.
I don't get it.
Maybe there is.
I want to get in on this so bad. I want to be like, brother, you have a podcast that is unsuccessful. He has a podcast that is successful. It should be inspiring to you. You're literally a content creator. Just like he is.
Sorry. I think there is a lot of common ground. Like we have, I think there's crossover on values, but these are values that's like universal. Like you don't want your partner to call you ugly. That's not interesting, right?
So that's our common ground.
Well, I'm just making a point. We have lots of common ground, but that's like normal shit, right? And so I just you're branding. We both have good hairlines. Pull your hairline back. Let me see. That's pretty good hairline.
Good hairline.
Fuck,
very good hairline. I'm jealous, Dan. Dan, I'm jealous.
So,
Jersey Outlaw's jealous of that hairline.
Jimmy has to sit this one out.
Yeah, sorry, Jimmy. He just said you got to sit this one out.
Sorry, Jimmy.
I know. I'll have Olivia lower it down a little bit.
I do want to.
So are you not like Ethan? Is there nothing about what I've done on the internet that you find inspiring at all? Like what I've done for my family, like what I've done for young men, what I've done for people, I've inspired people. Is none of that important to you in any way?
Okay, so how did you make money? Let's start there.
Okay, so I'll tell you, and don't interrupt me, okay? I have a video on this. You can watch it for more detail, but I'll summarize it. So when I was in high school, I looked on the internet for ways to make money because, as you know, probably I didn't have any of it myself.
No,
so
okay.
I was the first thing I did was I started working at Taco Bell, and then I started working at a car wash vacuuming cars, and then I started vacuuming cars, and then I got into sales, and then I got into real estate, and then after real estate, I started doing dropshipping.
That's a big
That's
jump.
where I started dropshipping. So I would start a store, work on it, start another store, work on it, and every store that I started, I became better at it. I became more skilled, and
What
I
is
made money
dropshipping?
Dropshipping?
Yeah.
You know what dropshipping is.
I just
I'm
want
not
you to
gonna
explain
You know
what it is. It's when you buy shit from Alibaba and then like resell it on Amazon, super marked up, right?
No, I mean, you buy stuff wholesale and then you sell it somewhere else. You can attach a logo. You can create a brand around it. There's a lot of things you could do, and it doesn't have to be cheap products. And you know what dropshipping is because you have a brand yourself and you guys source clothing that is not the highest quality clothing and you guys overprice it. So you know very well what this business is and you know how to do it.
You think that
So
my
I did
clothing
that.
brand is drop shipping?
No, I think that your clothing brand is sourced from China or from wholesale places that are cheaply made with cheap quality, and then you sell it overpriced. People are better off just going to H&M at the mall and buying clothes there.
So
and plus,
what you do
also, when I was watching, hold on. When I was watching this video on you, there was a person that was also comparing your designs, and you guys were stealing tons and tons and tons of designs from other brands, which in the past you have also criticized other people of doing.
This motherfucker Googled H3 controversies and he just spit.
Really say people shouldn't steal designs from brands. Knocked drop shipping. You knocked drop shipping because you said that people sell shitty shit from Alibaba and they overprice it, but you literally do the same thing with your brand, Teddy Fresh. And I'm pretty sure that's a pretty large, pretty significant source of revenue for you. So I really think it makes you look bad when you say that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm going to continue telling my story.
No.
Because I'm not done.
Well, come on. Don't be silly. Now I'm going to respond to that. So I just want to go back to where this conversation started. You talk about context and how stupid it is to express an opinion without knowing what the fuck you're talking about.
Sure. Okay, fine.
You watch no. You watch one
get
hater video about how we steal designs and shit, but you've never heard me talk about that, right?
No, I haven't. This is all I know from it.
Okay, cool. So that's not a very well-informed opinion.
Okay, tell me, where do you get your clothes from?
So first of all, you say that Teddy Fresh is drop shipped. You say we buy it.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, hold on.
I just said that I didn't say that.
I know you said you said what you did.
You said you know what drop shipping is because you do it with Teddy Fresh.
Yeah.
You literally just said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. You just said
you know what drop
That's
shipping.
a fact.
Okay, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
So you know what drop shipping is because you've explained it, and you know what drop shipping is. You explained it when you were criticizing me, and